But you know what? This is the biggest game of his life. Do you think before the game, Colt McCoy had anything going on in his mind about what he hoped his last game was going to look like? This kid grew up in Texas. Texas is all about football. Grew up in a small town, made it to a big college, made it as their starting quarterback for all these years, never missed a game due to injury. I mean, this kid was solid. He could handle the pressure. He could handle the tough times. He could handle the hard hits. And he just continued to plug along. Thursday night, 13-0 versus 13-0, biggest game of his life, about to head on into the NFL. And probably not thinking about the NFL because I really believe he cared about that one game. And I guarantee you in his mind, he had things planned out. Alabama started off the game looking like a high school football team. We gave the ball up right away, and Texas started off with the ball, and their quarterback, number 12, runs out onto the field and right away starts moving his team. Fifth play from offense. The fifth play in the biggest game of this guy's life, a dream of his for years and years and years, to help lead his team to the national championship. Fifth play. Colt McCoy drops back, scrambles around a little bit, starts running to the left, and number 57, Marcel Darius for Alabama, comes over and just tagged him right in the shoulder. Really wasn't the hardest hit in the world. Knocked him to the ground, sacked him. Colt McCoy gets up, and you can kind of see a little bit of one of these numbers that he did, and then he looks over at the sideline and goes like this. And when your starting quarterback, who's 13-0, that's led you for 4 years, says, "I'm coming out, coach," what do? Timeout. Timeout. They get Colt McCoy over on the sideline. It's obvious that something's wrong. A couple minutes later, you see Colt McCoy going back to the locker room. A couple minutes after that, you hear a commentator saying Colt McCoy is not coming back into this game, into this half. After half, we hear Colt McCoy is not coming back in the entire game. Freshman quarterback Gilbert has to come in and take over the reins. Do you think that his dreams of national championship, holding a trophy, kissing the trophy, all of those things that come with that job probably went? Do you think that all those plans that he had and all the hopes that he had just kind of went? Who's the first person that they interview after the game? The winning team? No, the losing quarterback. Got to play 5 plays. Crushed. Hurt. Doesn't know where to turn. After the game, he was asked, what was it like for you to watch your last game in a Longhorn uniform from the sideline? And this is what this young man said. Number one, he talked about how he has a passion for the game and he loves the game. He tried to give everything that he could for his team throughout these years. But this is what I want you to hear. He said, "It was unfortunate that I couldn't play. I always give God the glory. I never question why things happen the way they do. God is in control of my life." And listen to this. And I tell you what, if you weren't shouting at your house, then you don't know Jesus. Because this kid knew he was in front of millions upon millions of people. In the worst day in his life, everybody got to see. How you going to deal with that, big boy? All your dreams, everything you've hoped for, the one chance that you had, and God took it away from you. God could have had that kid go somewhere else, but God just ripped it right out from under you. That's what people say. Listen to what he says. God is in control of my life. And he closed with this, and I know if nothing else, I'm standing on the rock. Whoa, let me tell you what. Heisman Trophy, forget that. Forget MVP of a game. Man, he got an award from God. He says nothing else, if all this junk that's happened in my life and this arm injury, after the game he said, I feel like my arm is dead. He said, if nothing else, I'm standing on the rock. You're not a Texas fan and you're not an Alabama fan, then you're a God fan.